Okay, I want to teach you the secret to getting what you want at work. But before I do, I want to call this out to you, okay? Because what I say to you, your initial response may be, well, duh, that's so obvious and that's so easy. But here's what I want to offer to you. These two things I'm going to tell you are the only reason you don't have what you want. Every single time. And if you're welcome to call me out on that, sign up, have a coffee chat. I would love to connect with you on it. Literally, these two steps are the only reason you don't have what you want at work. I always joke around with my friends. I can do hard things. I just can't do easy things. Need me to start and run my own business? Sure, I can do that. Need me to single parent my children? Sure, I can do that. Need me to run an outdoor camp for 140 teenage girls? Sure, I can do that. Ask me to print something? Never seems to go as well or as easy as it should. I always joke, I can do hard things, I can't do easy things. So getting what you want at work isn't actually hard, but sometimes the easy thing feels harder than it should be, and that's okay. We just got to stick with it, okay? So to get what you want at work, it's only two things. First, you got to know what it is you want. Like exactly, specifically what you want. And you don't have to know what you want in 5 years from now, what you want your exact career trajectory to be. I'm 45 and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Okay. I don't mean that, but I mean, what's the one next thing you want? And it's got to be specific. I want to make X amount of dollars. I want this title. I want to move from a level 7 to a level 8. I want to work from home. I want flexibility in my schedule. I want to be a salary employee. I want benefits. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. I want to lead the next project for my organization. It doesn't matter what it is, but if you don't know what you want, you're never going to get there. Okay? Know the one next thing you want and make sure it is extremely specific. Quick interruption. If you're listening to this thinking, I'll figure this out later, that's exactly why you're still stuck. You've been telling yourself after this project or once things calm down for how long now? 6 months, a year, 2? Every week you wait is another week watching less qualified people get promoted and move on while you stay exhausted and undervalued. The brutal truth? Nothing changes if nothing changes. And no one is coming to save you. It's your job to make the change. My coaching program gives you the exact tools to break this cycle in weeks, not years. You can even try it out for free. The link is in the description below. Because if you don't take action now, when will you? Next year when you're even more burned out, or when you're in a bad spot and have to find a new job? I hope not. You deserve better. Now back to the podcast. Okay, so again, I know it sounds easy, but if you ask a lot of people, what's the one next thing you want out of your career at work? Majority of us can't answer it specifically. They're like, I don't know. I just don't want to be overwhelmed. And I'm like, okay, but what are we going to go after to do that? You got to get specific. And the second thing, once you know exactly what it is you want, you have to go and do the work to get it. These magical opportunities are not just going to land in your lap. You can go and talk to your manager all you want about what you want. Your manager is focused on their career and their performance and helping the team deliver so that they look good. And not because they're doing anything wrong or selfish. That is their job. It's everyone's job to own and manage their own career. So yes, talk to your manager about it. Use them as a tool to help you get there, but don't expect them to do the heavy lifting. Let me give you an example of what this might look like. If your goal is to lead the next strategic project, you can even go and tell your manager, hey, I'd like to lead the next strategic project where it makes sense. Okay, great. But here's the thing. Your manager's got a million things going on, and they may provide you that opportunity. They may not. Other leaders in the org might have someone else already in mind. Your manager might see it as too much work and overwhelming for them to put you in as that person. You got to go and do the work. So if that was my goal, yeah, I'd still tell my manager, hey, I want to lead the next big strategic project, but I wouldn't stop there. It's my job to own my career, my goals. I'm going to go to them and I'm going to give them ideas on what that next strategic project could be. Even if my ideas are dumb and horrible and wrong. It is so much harder for our brains to create something out of nothing than to respond to something that already exists. So go and give ideas of what those strategic projects could be. Outline to your manager how you would balance leading that project with your day job. Give them ideas of what work you could potentially delegate out to other people and why that might help them as well. Go and give them something concrete to react to and do the heavy lifting. Again, it's not because we want to nail that one specific thing and make sure that's what we get, but because if you're asking your manager to go and create this opportunity of when the next big strategic thing comes along, put me in, there's a lot of work that goes on in that. Go do it yourself. Go create that opportunity. Give your manager something concrete to respond to. It'll be so much easier for them and their brain, and you're significantly more likely to get there. If your goal is to make a certain dollar amount, yes, go and talk to your company about it. Find out what are the options to get a pay increase through yearly reviews, through midterm reviews. Do they do bonuses? Do you have to get promoted? Go find out the details. And then it's your job to go and do the work to make it happen. Talk to your manager and say, I'm going to make X amount next year because of A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Propose, hey, if I can hit X KPIs, would the company be willing to give me a bonus of Y? Go and get another job. Go and apply for a job that's going to pay you more money. Look for other opportunities. Again, when we're relying on other people to help push us through these opportunities, it's the slow losing game. There is more money to be had out there if that is your goal, but you've got to go and find it. You've got to go and do the work to get there. I can't tell you how many people come to me frustrated because they're like, well, I talked to my manager in my one-on-one because I really wanted to get promoted, and they just keep kind of brushing me off and saying, yeah, it'll come, and I'm just not seeing any movement. And I'm like, yeah, your manager's not going to go do the heavy lifting. You got to go and write your promo document. You got to go and talk to people that will support your promotion. You got to go and apply for other jobs to potentially promote yourself up through a new opportunity. You have to go and document the evidence showing that you already are performing at the next level. You got to go and make up the projects that you could own and lead to demonstrate your ideas. You got to go and schedule the meetings with your skip level to showcase and get time with senior leaders. You have to go and lead the work. Again, I know people are like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Here's the thing. Stop thinking you're a special unicorn. That is fear holding you back. That is your insecurities. That is your worry. That is your anxiety saying, no. Let's not go and do this. And that's okay if that's what you want to do. But stop blaming your company, the policies and procedures, the number of times we've reorged, management, leadership, the economy, whatever the thing is on why you don't have what you want out of your career. The reason you don't have it is because 1, you're not clear on what you want, and 2, you are not fully owning it. Because remember, the best kind of problems are you problems. We can control you problems. We can change you problems. We can drive towards solving those. We can't solve them problems. We can try to influence it, but it's a very challenging, hard game that you are not in control of. Who you are in control of is you. So the way you get what you want out of your career is 1, be very specific and clear and know what is the one next thing you want. Maybe you have more than one, but what is it that you want? And 2, you got to go and you have to own it. You have to take the massive action. You have to stay hyper-focused and pushing away and saying no to things that are not aligned with what you want. And you've got to go and do the work to utilize all your tools and resources, but it is up to you. All right, y'all, you got this. We'll talk soon.